you hate cymbal bleed? Because personally, I hate it. As a studio drummer, it's something I constantly have to struggle with, especially in my drum covers, my drum mixes. Cymbal bleed just ruins a lot of things. So today, I want to show you guys a new plugin from Black Slate Audio called Silencer. This is not an advertised video by any means. I just really love the work that Jordan put into this plugin, and it has absolutely just risen my drum covers to the next level. Now, I do mix and record all of my drums by myself. These are all raw tracks. I don't use samples or anything in my Instagram videos or in my covers. I have a lot of cymbal bleed to work with, is what I'm saying. So this plugin has just enhanced my quality so much, and I'm so excited to show you guys this. Let's dive into the mix. So this is a recent drum cover I did, a product of a murderer from Of Mice and Men. I really wanted to try this plugin on this track just because of the fact there is a lot of cymbals going on. I also added a little bit of cool accent cymbals during this process. So this was definitely a great track to try this on. I'm going to show you guys just the snare track. I have Silencer also on my kick and my toms. Of course, I cut out all the parts where I'm not playing toms, so it's already pretty isolated, but I think the snare is the most drastic and probably the place that we deal with a lot of the cymbal bleed. So I want to really highlight the snare top and the snare bottom track on this mix. So I'm going to show you this drum mix with and without silencer engaged. So this is with silencer engaged on the snare track. I don't know about you, but those drums are slamming. They sound fantastic. Here's my drum mix without silencer engaged. Now, the drum performance still stays intact very well, but you can tell immediately just how much cymbal comes through that mic. This has been something I've been struggling with a long time. Now, of course, before I even got into Silencer, I was doing the Saturn trick. So if you guys don't know the Saturn trick, basically you take FabFilter Saturn, and basically what you would do is take that drive knob down to 0, find about the halfway point on where cymbals kind of like start coming through on your drum mix. So I usually like to set this between 800 and 1000, depending on the drum mix. And basically, you go into your second band here, and this dynamics knob is the key here. This basically acts as like a gate. I would do this on every drum cover before I got Silencer. So check out how Saturn 2 works on the snare. And it reduces it so much. So this has helped me immensely on a lot of drum covers, but now comparing it to Silencer, it doesn't even come close. Silencer completely gets rid of all the cymbal bleed. Even though Saturn reduces it a significant amount, Silencer does its job. It does the silencing, and it's super sweet. Let me show you guys how to use this plugin. I'll use it on snare top, but of course you have a couple of different options on here. We have our instrument selection up here on where our microphone placement is. So the first one, of course, is kick. We got snare top, snare bottom, and toms. And of course, this is the snare top mic, so we're just going to select snare top. This is your threshold meter, so this is going to tell when the plugin engages. I like to get it where the transients are poking through. I will show you how to set that threshold. So definitely there. I really like it because it also gets that little snare roll I'm doing there. Threshold basically tells when that plugin is going to engage. Again, I like to get it right through the transients. If I go too low, it's going to bring out more cymbals. And that's perfect. And that's without any of the D-bleed on here. So of course, D-bleed is going to reduce that cymbal sound even more. So you can tell even in those transients when I'm hitting that snare, there is still a little bit of cymbal coming through. Let's set that D-bleed. Let's try and get out as much cymbal as we possibly can without deteriorating the snare tone. I think that works perfect. It's not deteriorating that high end that I need on there. It sounds fantastic. Now, a couple of the different options that you have on here, of course, you got length. This kind of acts as a gate. So if I open this all the way up, got some more sustain. If I pull it off. Now, usually for me, I like to even just keep that at default. I think that sounds great. Then, of course, you have your reduction. That's going to tell you how much reduction you're going to get after that threshold is engaged. I just keep that default at -40, but of course, you can play around with that as much as you want. See, I just keep that default and it's perfect, but definitely play around with those knobs and see what works better for your mix. In general, those two just stay default. I play with D-bleed and the threshold a lot. The next option we have here is the ghost option here. Now, this option is meant to automate into your track. So if I go into automation mode here, go to snare top, we go silencer and we press on the ghost option. This is where we will engage where the ghost notes are. Now, of course, I don't have any ghost notes that I'm really playing in this song other than during the breakdown, which I believe starts here. So if I automate in here, some ghost notes. See, very, very slight ghost notes there. Not really that noticeable. So it just brings them out a little bit more if you need to add that in. In this particular song, I didn't play many, so I just kept the ghost option off. But that is mainly what that ghost option is used for. It's used to automate into your track. It's not really used as like a button that you just engage the entire song. You want to automate that into your track to really bring out the most out of your ghost notes. That is basically silencer. You can really, really tell just how much of a game changer this plugin is. Jordan, I think you absolutely crushed this one, man. Now, of course, like I said, this isn't a sponsored video by any means. As somebody who posts a lot of drum covers and shorts online, it's constantly something I've had to struggle with for a long time. And this plugin has been an absolute game changer. So to Black Slate Audio, I think you absolutely crushed this. So thank you so much for making this plugin. You have made my life immensely easier. So really, really appreciate it. If you guys would like more of these mixing tips, please let me know in the comments. I would love to do more of this. Believe it or not, when I first started doing Instagram videos and content, it was mainly to try and practice and to start a portfolio for myself to actually try and do this full time, like do audio engineering, to start mixing. And it turned into this amazing opportunity where now I make drum covers for hundreds of thousands of people. And it's so, so cool. Now, I want to do some more of this YouTube stuff. Let me know if you want more of this. I would like to know more about drum mixing and what I do. But yeah, this has been Bling, guys. Hopefully I explained that well. I'm not really good at videos, so we'll see. Woo!